everyone, hello, welcome back to my channel. Carol here at Oak House Journals, and a big warm welcome as always to you all, and thank you so much for watching. I thought, as you'll probably recognise from down here, that I would have another play in the Raining Woods journal, and as you know, I did a die cut in a previous video, and this was the piece of handmade paper that was left over, and I just loved it, and I did say I would use it on one of my pages, and today's the day I've decided. So I thought I really don't want to detract too much from that, because I absolutely love it, and I do love how the mottled green, if you can see, of this paper, this lovely textured paper, pokes through. And really, in all simplicity, I wanted to just leave it as it was because I liked it, but I'm not. So I dug out a piece of script, and what I thought I would do is pop it behind my die cut, so that if I place it carefully, I can just get a line of script coming all the way down that centre line. So that was my cunning plan for that. And then I've lifted out some scraps of paper here. I've got some circles, some washi tape that I've punched out, and I'm going to have a play with those, but I'm also perhaps going to have a play with a wax seal. Because that's my other passion, my other love. I'm absolutely no good at it, but I do love playing with wax. But anyway, enough about that. Let's get on, because otherwise I will be talking to you and not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, which is creating a page. So I've got my art glitter glue here, and I'm just going to very gently go round the outside of my die cut, or the aperture left from taking out my die cut. Now, many of you will probably recognise this is one of the Sizzix Wildflower die cuts, but for those of you that don't recognise it, that's what it is. And there we go. So I'm just going to take that and try and just line it up very carefully on my scrap of paper. Whoops, it needs to be a bit further over. There we go. You've got a little bit of wriggle room with art glitter glue, haven't you? So it gives you the opportunity to just have a little play and place things where you want them to go, which is a godsend, quite frankly, for me. And this die cut isn't actually straight, and I like to use, and I haven't got it out, my bone folder. Just one second. Do you know, I always think I'm organised, and then when it comes down to it, I haven't got my bits and bobs around me. This actually is curved, so it does take a little bit of encouraging to bend it round there. And the reason I didn't glue it all the way round is because if I hold that up, you're seeing I'm getting an edge there, which I don't want. There's another little bit to tie down there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to very gently get rid of that edge and take it away. I'm just feeling very carefully with my fingers on the other side to make sure that I'm not going to, because this piece of the die cut comes quite close to the edge, and this is quite fragile paper actually, this handmade paper, so I don't want to damage it as I go along. And I think we've just about done it. Yep. There we go. So I'm quite happy with that. I'm just going to put another tiny little bit of glue just underneath this one, just to encourage it to stay down. And again, this paper is quite, with it being handmade paper, I haven't got a clue where I got it from. It's quite absorbent actually. So I'm just going to take that bit off at the top because we don't need it. And just secure one or two of these edges. I mean, these bits are going to be stuck down anyway, but I just want to see if I can encourage it to lie as smooth as possible. And I am going to take that little piece off the bottom there because that gives me a little bit of script that I can use for another day. And I think, just play with a bit in there. Yeah, it's fairly absorbent, this paper, so you need to be careful because it's a bit like lace. It'll soak it up and come through to the other side. Whoops, another little piece there. So it's not really the most, even though it's lovely paper, it's not quite the most forgiving to play with. So, okay, I do have a little bit of a plan, not much, but a little bit of a plan, because I just couldn't cope, I'm afraid, with doing it on the fly, which is what I was trying to do in the early couple of videos. I was just feeling the pressure too much, and I know you're all there supporting me, but I couldn't cope. I tell you, I couldn't cope. So what I thought I would do is I would ease that piece, I would glue that piece down there, and I will take this bit off at the bottom. As you can see, I've got a little bit going over there, and I know the position I want it to go in because I've just tucked it over the page there. So I'm just going to put that there for 30 seconds before I secure it down, because I'm going to do some layering up with some of these little bits and bobs here that I've got, and I'm not quite sure how it's going to go. Oh, thanks. That's stuck on there. Oh well, that's a happy accident. That's obviously meant to be. This is a tiny piece of vintage paper I've got, and it's all about gardening. It says sewed for pots, and I thought, oh, with this being a vegetation piece, I might use that. So I was kind of thinking, as always, I like using vellum. So this obviously is meant to be, because it is partially adhered, although I can unstick it if I want. This circle was left over from a project that I'm going to do next, and it's using these lovely tickets from Giftsmilee. And what I did was I punched out the centre portion, and I am going to use the surrounding piece in my next project, but for this one I thought, well, I might be able to use the little piece that's left over, and quite a shame, as you can see on this one you've got some writing there, but actually that is just on the acetate cover, which is such a shame because I like that little bit of writing. But anyway, I digress. So maybe I will go with that. I'm quite liking that. I could just straighten that up a little bit, that die cut. So I'm kind of thinking that. Then I got one of my, I love using these little tickets, so I'm not sure where I want that to go. I just pulled one out so that I could use it. Now I feel like I want to put something up at the top there, but that's not right. And I'm going with my layering down the bottom here, so let's have a little bit of a play. Oh, there we go. That's working for me actually, straight away. It's on its backing, so it won't look quite like this when it's in place, but I don't want to cover up that gap there, that I've taken so much time and effort to try and get the text peeping through. But I am liking that on there, actually, I have to say. Now, I know that this can move over quite a bit, so I'm quite liking that. I might just move that up a little bit so I can get some of the vellum peeping out at the bottom. But then if I do that, I lose this. So no, I'm going to just narrow that vellum down because I don't want that little bit peeping out the bottom. So I'm going to tuck that behind like so. I'm leaving that as is, and I'm going to put it on the top, I think, and just slightly stagger it like that. Oh yeah, I'm liking this. Okay, and then this I'm going to try and, will that go in there? I'm going to tuck it behind, and as I say, when I bring it off its backing, I can move it closer to that gap. And I'm just going to lose, there's a little bit of text underneath the 26, so I'm going to lose that by my layering, but I'm not bothered with that. And then do I want to use this circle or not? Quite like that. I am hesitating a little because I'm not quite happy with it yet, but I'm getting there, I think. It's just whether I have got some stamps that I've lifted out to the side of me, and it's whether I'm going to stamp on here. This is a tiny little piece of, do you remember me showing you this gorgeous brown tape from Giftsmilee? And it's got beautiful script written on it, and all I did with that was I punched out a large 3/4 inch circle with it, and then I used my smaller 1/2 inch to create a washer the other day, and I really liked how it looked, so I thought that I would punch out a few more, and I've just pulled out one of them, which is my 1/2 inch, and I quite think I might pop that there. Now the other thing, I'm just going to weight that down because I'm quite liking how that looks. The other thing I've been doing lately is I've been playing with my sealing wax, and please don't ask me where I got these, but these were supposed to be, these granules, they were supposed to be clear wax for melting in a wax spoon over a wax furnace, and the idea is that they will give you crystal clear seals, which I was really fascinated when I saw them, because she says not even being able to screw the lid on, because what I wanted to do was I wanted to sprinkle glitter, some of this fine glitter, which is the Kraft Paper Mania glitter that I've told you about, and some of these little Nouveau triangles, which again you've seen me show you before, and I wanted to make some seals just using normal wax seals that would have glitter, and these are what I've managed to do. But I'm so disappointed because whilst they melt crystal clear, when it dries it comes this milky colour, and I've tried all sorts. I mean, I can get the glitter. I mean, this one I've put some of those little Nouveau triangles in, and then I've put some tiny little stars in, as you can see, and these two I've just, this one's just got glitter, this one's got a mixture of that, the glitter and those Nouveau triangles, and then this is just a bigger one. Sometimes I've put the glitter on the parchment paper and then done the seal on the top. Sometimes I've poured the wax and then put the pieces on the top. So whilst I'm happy with how my seals have come out, I love this one, I went, I was a bit heavy-handed with the little triangles on that one, but never mind. Whilst I'm happy about the seals and my shape and everything, that's just a plain one with a letter C on it. I'm not happy that they've gone this milky colour, and I don't know what to do about it. I've tried. If anybody has the solution, please tell me, because I love the idea of clear seals, but I'm getting this milky colour, and I'm not overheating it. I'm being very slow. I'm icing my my seals, even though this is a ceramic one. I'm icing them beforehand. I'm using a glass plate, so I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. But the whole purpose of telling you all that was I have this one here, and these seals are 2mm seals, which I thought, I've got quite a few of these. Well, I've got 5, but I thought these 2 are my smallest, and I thought these were a better size for this journal. Now, the reason I was telling you all of the above was because I did wonder whether to put my seal on there at the bottom and just have that white peeping out and that little bit at the top there to kind of run the eye across it. Let's see what it looks like without that piece in there. That's my seal. And this is where I could be faffing all day long, as you know, as you well know. Now I lose half my text if I do that, but I have to say I quite like it, but I just feel that this is wrong down here in this corner, so I know this won't go down there, or will it? Nope. So I'm just wondering, I'm frantically looking around my desk to see if there's anything else that I could use. I think I might actually go with that. Just have that little bit of script poking out there, that bit there, and this just here. Oh, no, it's all going badly wrong. I'm not sure. Let's rearrange that. Okay, well, I know what I want to do, so I'm going to glue this down to about here, because that way I know that I still have it free to play with. So I'm just going to put glue all over the back here. And again, trying to put just enough on, not too much, so that it seeps through to the other side. I've got my trusty lip at the top there, which is going to anchor it just on the top there where I want it to go. And I can snip that off afterwards. Just, whoops-a-daisy, just gently encourage it down. Like so. Okay. Now, I wanted a piece of acetate in there, didn't I? Not acetate, vellum. And I wanted that piece there. Either way, I'm going with those, I've decided. What I might do is take a soupçon off this bit here. Just clear my decks a little bit. I end up working on a smaller and smaller piece. My desk isn't very wide. I have a window, a long thin desk, and my desk isn't very wide. Okay, but I end up having everything all around me. I think that's a common trait with quite a few of us as crafters. I know my lovely friend Leanne. You do that too, don't you, Leanne? we end up working on a smaller area as the day goes on. I end up working on my windowsill. I have stuff all in front of me along my windowsill, and then it's havoc if Bishop comes in and decides he wants to get on the windowsill, or between the desk and the radiator. Oh, he's a little minx for doing that. He really is. But when the weather's like this and it's a little bit chilly, who can blame him that he just wants to snuggle down, and that's the warmest place. At the moment he's on the chair by the side of me, which is again one of his all-time favourite places. So he's fast asleep and snoring very gently. I don't think you can pick it up on the microphone. Whoops, that's not very straight. Can't pick that up on the microphone, but believe me, he's snoring away quite happily down here by the side of me. It's quite cute. But some days he just wants to be on the radiator, which is at the head of me here between my desk and the window. And he's a little minx once he sets his mind to it, that's where he wants to go. Now this piece of paper was stuck for some reason. I must have touched it with some glue earlier on today or something. Because it was stuck and it obviously wants to go there. So I'm kind of going with that. Okay. Now am I going to use this little one? Oh, it takes 4 hours, doesn't it? Just two. Oh, I'll leave that for one moment. Okay, I'm going with this. I'm not going to disturb Bishop too much on the chair beside me, because normally his want is to go outside to do his business and then come back in, and chances are I'm recording. And you've heard them come in many a time, haven't you, that cat flap. We have a cat flap in the back door into our porch area at the back, and then I have another cat flap from that porch area into my craft room here, and that's the cat flap door that you're hearing, the second one into the main part of the house. And it's the usual thing. I start recording and in they come, because I've got two cats. I've got a Bishop, who is a tabby. He's a very, very soft boy. All he wants to do is have cuddles. And we have Cooper, who's white and tabby, and but predominantly white. Now Cooper needs to be surgically removed from his bed because he loves his bed, but he will come and see me from time to time if I'm crafting. Normally round about tea time, if I'm perfectly honest, because that boy loves his food. He's a cat after my own heart, I have to say. There we go. Well, I've gone with... I've obviously made an executive decision here, everybody, and just gone with that because I'm doing it. So I'm just going to trim off this piece at the top up here that's on the reverse side. Oh, I thought I'd put a bit too much glue on it and glued it down. Okay, I need to just trim that off. Okay, get rid of the debris and come back to this one. Okay, so I am thinking I am going to have that there, and just slightly off skew. If I hold that up to the camera, everybody, let's make sure the image is round the right way. There we go. So I'm going to just have that off skew like that. Try and keep it simple. Do you know, keeping less is more. It's really hard, that. Nobody told me that about this style of journaling. So I've also got off to one side my twines, and I need to make a decision. Now, I thought maybe I might use white, but I'm not going to go with white because I've got an off-white seal there, and I also have this white sticker and this white handmade paper. So I'm not going to use the white. I'm going to use the same as I've used previously, this lovely fine twine. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do a little bit of a loop. And actually, I don't need to do that just yet. Whoops, daisy. Don't need to do that just yet, because what I do need to do is I need to get out my double-sided tape, because I've done this beforehand, along with all the others when I was having my little play earlier. I did it on parchment. I don't feel quite comfortable doing them on camera as yet, so I just tend to adhere mine to the page, just using some of this double-sided tape. It works really well for me, so I'm quite happy about doing it. And all I do is I just put a couple of layers across the back. Now you can use just normal double-sided tape, can't you? But I always have a roll of this handy, so I tend to use it more than anything. But you don't need the super strength stuff, which is what this is supposed to be. But I do recommend you have a designated pair of scissors for chopping this stuff, because it gets so sticky. So I just have a little packet here and a pair of scissors that go in there, and that lives in my drawer like so. So I always have the two to one side. So I'm just going to take the backing off this red tape. Like so. There we go. And just check which orientation it wants. So it needs to be that way around. I'm just going to put it to one side and go back to playing with my twine. So I don't want too much. So I think just one loop down there will be fine. I'm just going to do a little twist with it. Okay, so I know how much one I want. And I'm hoping again, by using the same items time and time again throughout this little journal, that I can get some cohesion with it all, that I'll have colours and themes and colours running all the way through it. So there we go. I'm just going to pop that on there like so. Grab my seal, which is now well and truly stuck to my bone folder. Oh God. And just pop that on there. I'm just going to rest it down gently, because I will want to play and faff. I know I will. Just pull through a little bit more. There we go. I can live with that. Just very, very tiny little pieces at the bottom of my page there, just a little bit, just to add some interest. And that seals well and truly in place. Now I'm desperate to use this little piece. Now I've got nowhere really that I can pop it. I think it would spoil it to go down there as much as I'm wanting to go with it. Nope. And I think it will be lost on its own up there. Okay, so I'm wondering whether to use these again. I'm addicted to these. I'm sorry, but I am. I love them. I just, if I could work out which way up they are supposed to go, honestly, terrible. And some of these, as I mentioned to you, these again from Giftsmilee, and again linked down below. These, as I mentioned to you, are in different colours. It's a deeper black there, almost like a charcoal. Then you've got a quite crisp brown, green, like a reddy brown there, and then this lovely grey colour. So it's very, very subtle, and they're just little washi stickers. Now my inclination is telling me they go this way round. I'm just looking for a shape that is pleasing, and I'm also looking for one that is brown, because I want brown on this page. I'm kind of thinking I might just go with a couple of these just down there. So just bear with me a second and I will find a couple more. And this, I do struggle at this little bit because the angle with the camera and everything is not the best for me. So I'm just going to pop them down on there, but they're not pressed down, because I'm going to have to just have a closer look at my placement of these. And I've done it again. I've folded over. Yep, we'll scrub that one. And we'll get another one. Luckily, there are oodles on this roll. Oodles and oodles. So I will go for this one. See if I can be a little bit more delicate when I'm taking it off the paper. Okay, I'm just going to desperately try not to put my head in frame, but I'm just going to try and, oopsie. Hold that up and see if they're better. That's better. Okay, I'm going to do my best, everybody, and walk away. That little corner down there is bothering me a little bit, but I'm not going to go with that. I'm going to snip that little end off there. And I think I'm just going to open that up as well. Ooh, do I want one more sticker? I can hear you. I can hear you all shouting at me. Walk away, walk away. But I'm just going to have a little look. That's all. I'm just looking to see if I like it. And if I do, then I'm going to play deaf and I can't hear you. But if I don't, then ooh. One more look and then I will make a decision and walk away. No, I'm leaving it there. I think it's soft enough and small enough for me to get away with that. And that is all I'm going to do on this little one today. I'm going to try and walk away and leave her alone. So thank you so much, everybody, as always, for bearing with me and watching, and a big warm welcome obviously to any new subscribers. Lovely to have you here. And for my existing subscribers, I couldn't do any of this without you. You are awesome. So thank you for your comments and your support, and most of all your encouragement. I really do appreciate everything you say in your comments and privately in your emails as well, and all the tips and tricks that you share with me. Amazing. So thank you so much, everybody. Take care, and hope you find some time for crafting today. Bye for now.